What's up, y'all? Random footage from Ron here. Figured I'd stop by and give you guys a Skyline update, seeing how it's been a long time since I've been steadily making videos. Sorry about that. Been busy with life things. I just got it back from the shop. It went to Ricky Sellers and Sellers Racing Performance in Daytona. He ended up doing a lot of like needed maintenance. I got the timing belt, the water pump, some boots and stuff on the steering rack. He replaced the clutch slave cylinder. So I've noticed a pretty good improvement. I also added a full sound system and a grounding kit just to kind of help alleviate some of the problems I've been having with just sputtering and shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the ground kit, just let you guys kind of see under the hood, and then I'm gonna do a really quick how-to. That's the main point of this video, just kind of showing you guys how I ran the sound system, because it took like no time at all, and I'm seeing all these crazy videos online of people like hacking their shit up. So I'll be right back with you showing the engine bay. So here is under the engine of a 1990 Skyline GTST. You can see here I added the power wire for the speaker. Just got it zip tied because I didn't really want to mount it into anything permanent. Then I added the aftermarket grounding kit, which I actually got off of Amazon for like 30 bucks, which is nice. So I ran one over to the intake manny, and I ran one over to the firewall. And then I also grounded out right here, I grounded out the CAS, which I'm pretty sure is like crankshaft sensor or cam angles, something wild like that. And now I've just been fucking with the wiring on the MAF, or AFM as it is called in this car. I'm having some hiccups with it. But as you can see, other than that, it's relatively stock. So let's go ahead and get into how I ran the sound system so that anybody else that's wanting to do it on their Skyline won't kind of be experimenting like I was. First off, I'd like to say this tutorial is with people with aftermarket head units. I don't know anything about the factory one, so don't quote me on anything I say behind that. But pretty much I started with doing the door speakers first. Taking them off was relatively easy. You got screw 1, screw 2, you got, get good angle on the bottom, a screw. You take this out, you pop this off, which is relatively easy, and you pop that out, and there's just a couple of clips for all the power. And other than that, it pretty much just popped and came off. So after that, you have a 4x6 speaker right here, which mine were already aftermarket, but it must just be 4x6s. I can't hear these fucking speakers, even with the new ones that I put in. I went with a Kicker brand. I'll show you guys the boxes. They're still quiet. I might go to the 6.5 mod that you see a lot of people do. So other than that, I basically pulled off the speakers, hooked the wires up to the new ones, put them on, and they worked fine. So let's go to the other door real quick, and I'll show you guys how to take that one apart, because it's just a little different with the switches. So pretty much you have the same thing in the front. You have screw, 2 screws on the bottom. You pop this out. There's a screw right in there. That's kind of a pain in the ass. Pop the door handle off. Pop this cover out, and you got a screw there. And I'm sorry if I'm going too fast for y'all. I just wanted this to kind of be a little bit quicker of a video, not really a full break apart of doing a sound system, just because I didn't want to get that in depth with it. I know my old videos are kind of like that, but this is just easier approach. The rear deck speakers were really easy as well. I started by popping the deck off over here. It's just held in by clips. They're old, they're delicate, so it'd be really fucking easy while you're pulling them out. I, was pulling on the seat the whole time. Got it popped off. You need a short screwdriver or a ratchet. Pull the speakers off, put the new ones in. As you can see from, oh God, you can't see shit in here. As you can see from underneath, you got the wires right there on the new speakers. This is the sub box, by the way. I went with a 10-inch Alpine. It's like a competition sub I've had lying around, and then I just have a kicker amp on it, I think 2500 watts max. All right, so after that, running the power wire for the amp. That was the next step. Started at the battery fuse box or fuse holder, ran it down. If you come into this fender, you can see where the factory wire harness actually goes through the firewall. You go in the car, take off this kick panel, this with a couple screws, and that one with a couple screws. tucked it underneath the carpet with the factory wire harness all the way back, squeezed up through the seat, went in right here. Basically, I can't really show y'all right now, but right there is another factory hole to get through the trunk. So that's the way I went in with the power. The ground, there was actually a factory ground on the left side of the trunk right here that I just stuck mine on. I sanded it down a little to get a little bit better of a connection. So the auxiliary wires, or the left-right wires, whatever they're called, in the signal wire, I ran from the head unit around the passenger side of the dash and basically mimicked the power cable. Came down the sides of everything. Everything is hidden. Came through the back and then went into the trunk. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the video around so I can put the flashlight on and kind of just show you guys behind there how it's not messed up or a mess of anything. See, there's a little bit of wire just from the amp moving around, but you can see the ground comes in, the power comes around from the driver's side, like I said, and you can just see the little bit of access of these wires that I stored back here. But pretty much everything, it was a relatively easy install. It took me and a buddy maybe an hour and a half and 2 beers to do everything, so that's not bad at all. I'd also like to just talk about taking the center console out, just because they're a little bit more delicate and I don't want any of you guys to crack anything. Just trying to yank on it. Basically, I did it in this order. I took off shift knob, shift boot pops out. You just play with it, it pops out. This thing then, or actually, no, this came out next. That popped right out. There's 2 screws right there. You have to pull those off, and then this casing around will actually pop off. It's come off the top first because there's little clips on the bottom that hold it underneath. Once that's out, then this little cover comes off. You can see screws exposed all around. I think there was 5 in mine. There's supposed to be 6. Once you pull that off, this head unit and everything will come out. Then I was able to access all of the wires. We looked up a wiring diagram to find the power wire for the amp or the signal wire. And after that, everything was good. Still loving this car. I haven't really had any major issues yet, other than an idle issue, but it seems like it's very common for these cars, so I've just been kind of messing around, hence why I did all the grounding wires and everything as well. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. I know I didn't go in depth this time. Like I said, it was just a quick video. I was gonna film while doing it, ended up just completely forgetting to. So if y'all have any questions on how to do it, or you can message my Instagram. I actually changed the name. It is now Skyline_Ron, not Mazda_Ron. Like always, guys, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate all the views. It's amazing to me now that I think I have almost 70,000 views on my channel totally. I know it's crazy. The Miata videos were a lot of views. I'm still a Miata guy at heart, you know, don't get me wrong, but this is a dream car. I'm so glad to own it, you know, and I'm trying to share as much as I can with y'all on YouTube, because there's not a lot of people out there that do. All I see are, you know, very minimal videos, people fucking their cars up, not sharing any information. So what I want to do is, you know, help y'all learn as I learn. If y'all have any questions, y'all want to see anything, comment, you know, tell me, message me on Instagram. My Instagram is now Skyline_Ron, not Mazda_Ron. Sadly, that name's died, but you know, I'm still here. So if you guys want to see anything, you have any questions, you have issues with your car, I've been digging through forums, I've been finding a lot of answers, you know, whatever y'all want to see, let me know. Thanks for watching, and like always, guys, stay safe. Peace.